Hey guys, Timster here with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys an ace tanker gameplay in the T32, and before that I'm going to be going over its stats and how to use it in battle, basically a quick review of the T32. Starting with the suspension, the T84E3A, it has a traverse speed of 25, which is fairly decent for a heavy tank. The engine, the Continental AV17903, definitely one of the good things about this tank because it has an amazing 800 horsepower, which basically provides this tank with a lot of mobility in combination with the suspension, and it does allow this 60-ton vehicle to attain speeds of up to 35 kilometers per hour easily and effectively, as you will see in the gameplay I'm going to be showing later. The turret, you start off with the T99E2, you upgrade the tier 7 turret to the tier 9 turret, the T119, which is basically twice as good as the tier 7 turret. It makes the turret impenetrable and extremely awesome. It's the best turret in terms of armor in the game. It has 300 millimeters of frontal armor, 200 millimeters of side armor, and 150 millimeters of rear turret armor. Yes, rear turret armor is at 150. This thing is just a metal ball of undestructibility, basically. If we look at its hit points, it has 1,550 hit points, which is fairly decent. Its hull armor is not too great, with a frontal hull armor of 127. Let's just keep in mind that the rear armor of the turret is better than the frontal hull armor of this tank, which just shows as to how awesome the turret is. Moving on to the gun, it has a 105mm T5E1 gun. It is only a tier 8 gun, but this is one of the better tier 8 guns because, taking a look at the stats, it has 5.88 rounds per minute, 198 average armor penetration, 310 average damage. Overall, just a great standard gun, and combined with the turret, this gun can deal some serious damage. Overall, the T32 does extremely well when the hull armor is either angled or hidden. We have entered a tier 8 battle, which means some serious business because I am a tier 8. Whenever you enter a battle as the top tier in a heavy tank, serious shit is about to go down because it's extremely hard for those lower tiers to penetrate you. So I'm going to go to the right because that is where I generally go, and you'll just get a sense for the extreme mobility of this heavy tank. That is one of the plus sides. Instead of giving extreme armor to the hull, which is so big, the engineers decided to give much more armor to the turret, which basically makes this tank a little lighter than other heavy tanks and gives it this extreme speed bonus and mobility bonus, which you can see currently going on. I'm going uphill at 35 kilometers per hour. Other than this T20, I am one of the first tanks up this hill. I'm heading for those pipes up ahead because those are great pipes to hide my hull armor and leave my turret sticking out to take shots at enemy tanks. Now, with this in mind, I did say the turret is impenetrable, but like the T29, the only place the turret can be damaged is the command hatch. Why are there command hatches? I don't know why, but that is the only place it can be hit, and the only other way to counter your command hatch from being hit is to be at a very high elevation. Now, there are some tanks up in front that I'm currently shooting at, but after taking a couple shots they realize that they are getting completely murdered up there, so they will be taking positions down below. What this means is that I am now one of the highest tanks in terms of elevation. So every shot they take is going to be directed up, and every shot I take is going to be directed down. It's much more effective to take shots below at your enemy than above. The only thing sticking out is my turret, and my command hatch, being at such a high elevation, is very hard to hit for these other tanks. This T32 has been bugging me the whole round. It's on the flank at around the same elevation, taking shots at my hull. The Comet has just been finished off, but this Tiger is capping, and yes, I do reset the cap, get a lucky shot at the Tiger's command hatch, which is fairly easy to hit for me because, again, I am at such high elevation. The T32 has excellent turret depression, so it can shoot at this kind of elevation fairly easy. So at this point, I decide to go for a rush attack. Kind of risky, to be honest. There's a bunch of tanks there, but I'm taking refuge behind this ash pile. I'm going for this JagTig, and it gets a nice shot off me, but now it's aiming for my turret, which it is continuously missing, and my whole armor is angled, so it's getting no shots. It gets shot again from my teammate, and I finish it off. So I take one hit from the JagTig, and now I'm shooting the Tiger, which is currently capping again. So I need to reset the cap, and I'm in a very good position behind this ash pile or coal pile. I'm not really sure what that is, but I have reset the cap again, so we're all good. At this point, this Tiger has become very pissed because, well, it's the second time I've reset the cap, takes its anger out on the T25 AT, and decides that that position is not the best position to be in, but as a result kind of just sacrifices himself, and that's my third kill, I believe. This Ferdinand does get a juicy shot at me though, as I'm taking out the Tiger 2. I feel kind of bad for it because it, I think, does lag a little there. So I track it just in case it does come out of lag. It does actually come out of lag, as you can see from the gun movement. It's trying to turn once its tracks are fixed, but it is too late. Take a juicy shot at its butt cheeks, and it is gone. So now we've come back from the 3v3. It is a 3v1, but nonetheless, that VK30.01H is on a hill, which is a pretty good advantage. I was going to go for go all the way around with my mobility in mind, but I reasoned that it would take too long, so I'm going to be a little boring here and just cap, knowing that this VK is going to have to come down sooner or later. This is where we see how good the elevation is for other tanks. It's just peeking out, its hull is hidden for me, and its turret is the only thing there. The good thing with that is that its turret has a fairly good amount of armor on it, so any shot I take at it bounces. The VK does come down sooner than I expected, so it does catch me a little by surprise. I want to side scrape, but this VK is going full on charge, and that wreck is kind of blocking my whole movement. But at this point, it's finished. I'm doing the squeeze technique, where basically I'm moving so far close that the only shot the VK gets is at my turret, and this is when I finish it off before it can get any more shots, and that is a great kill. That's the end of the battle on Copperfield. Let's see how I did. So yes, I was so pumped when I got the battle results screen. Ace Tanker, Top Gun, Radley Walters Medal, Steel Wall, and Defender, 5 awards, 5 of the best awards to receive. I did 4,234 damage, destroyed 5 tanks, and received 1,326 XP. That is by far one of my best games in the T32. Anyway, that goes to show the potential this tank has with this turret and the gun combination. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and the Ace Tanker gameplay. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. Catch you guys next time. Peace.